guys, this is Jason Welch with Omega Custom Jigs. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Pro Mega 1-ounce jig. This thing was tested down in Florida in the roughest waters, you know, that you could ever throw a 1-ounce jig in. So we got out and fished it yesterday, going to do a little fishing today, and it slid through the grass well. The paint that's on it, if you could feel it right here, is really slick. Slides through the grass really well. We was in some gnarly stuff yesterday, wood, grass, everything all piled up, and it slid right through it real well. Caught some fish on it yesterday, down their throat, had it sucked down their throat. We didn't lose any fish. It's a good jig. Done a good job on the design there. We just wanted to talk to you about it today. How versatile the jig is also. It's not just a grass jig. You can fish it in wood. It's got a cross line tie on it where you can get it through the wood good and brush piles. Fishing deep wood. It's not just a grass jig. A lot of guys throw 1-ounce jig in the grass and things like that, but this here, the way it's designed, is made to fish with all different situations. There's quite a bit of colors available, and it's just been a good jig. You know, I've fished it a couple times and I really like it. The head design is similar to the shape of the regular Omega jig. That's what makes it come through the brush and stuff better. With this deep jig, throwing this jig in deep water, you can bring it through those big brush piles and things. You give it a little different look than the football jig. Dropping through there real fast, maybe they'll react on it a little better, but you can still get it through the deep brush piles. It's got a good stout 5/0 hook on it. Okay. Good. It's compact. You can see there it's short. It slides right through the grass real well. The longer jigs hang up. Grass jig, you always want to trim the skirt up and thin it out. Like, usually cut at an angle like this, where I just got a few strands to cover this hook up and keep the grass and stuff off of it. And then usually I'll take it and fold it out, fray everything out, loosen it up where it's not stiff. Most of the time leave a little wedge in the side, kind of like you see with some of the finesse baits with the 2 prongs on the end of it. But just enough where it'll just cover that hook up, where it's not a big bulky brush guard there, and limit your hook sets. So sometimes in the early spring I'll leave it a little bulky, but most of the time when you're punching through grass, you're looking for something small and slender profile. So the more bulk you got on there, the less it's going to be able to slide through that grass. So typically this time of year I usually shave the skirt up a little bit and cut it down. So I usually cut down at an angle like this, and it's really changed the profile of the jig there, made it a lot smaller, some more head than about anything, but that's going to slide through that. It's just less to hang up when it goes through the grass. So that jig's pretty much cut down there to what it was. Hey guys, so I'm Jason Welch. We're out here today to showcase the new Pro Mega 1-ounce jig. We're going to punch some of these mats out here today and show you the benefits of it. We got some pretty gnarly stuff over here we're getting ready to get into, so hang on and watch us work.
Want me out of the way right now so we can kind of do a... Okay.
Up out there, baby. Down in there.
Do you normally flip more, or do you pitch, or a little bit of both? Or?
A little bit of both, depending on what it is and what I'm doing. But when I'm covering water down a mat like this, usually I'm flipping.
When you're flipping this heavy grass like that, if you get bit, is there normally more than one fish, or are they solitary fish?
Well, there's never any for certains, you know that in fishing, but right. Most of the time you like to think that there's more than one fish underneath there, and fish are always there for a reason, and when I get bit, I'm sure going to work it over again to find out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I'll experiment at first with this stuff, and you know, I'll work the outside edges of it for a while, and then I'll start working my way back into it. What I would rather have is an isolated mat, something that's isolated from everything else. But in this situation here, we're just going to cover it. See where this makes a gut right here?
Yep.
This would be a spot that might be good. Like I said, any irregularity, typical grass fishing. I think there's a lot of people in the world that doesn't fish grass right, and moving to Texas is real. Oh, yeah.
Swing him
That's
in.
it. Get in here.
That's the
There it
first
is.
fish on the brand new jig.
That's what we was looking for.
He was right on the edge,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
As soon as it went inside, but he was
Man,
tucked
he's
up
got
under there in
good.
the shade. So stuck good. So there it is.
That's keeper.
All right.
Not on this lake, it's not, but
I know.
most lakes. it
Yeah,
would
that's
be.
a
He'd
great
be
keeper
proud to
fish.
have that.
Any other lake. So hopefully we'll get some bigger ones.
Did he bang it or?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
A lot of times, the deal with this grass fishing is when you flip in there, a lot of times they just suck it in, and when you go to yo-yo, it just feels heavy. And when you don't, a lot of times, especially with the big jig, you know, or a big bait, you're flipping with an 1.5 ounce weight or something like that, you'll just be yo-yoing, and the next time you come up with it, it's just heavy, and then bury it. Anything irregular, bury it. So,
I think a lot of times that big heavy weight kind of helps twofold. Number one, it helps you to get through the mat.
mm-hmm.
And number two, you get that reaction strike because once it does break,
Exactly.
it falls so fast they don't have time to
Exactly.
sit and think about it. It's
Yep. That looks like a bed right there.
yeah, it does.
See if we can see one move. It's definitely an old bed.
There's a little minnows up there.
Oh boy!
Is he on there,
I don't know. I had her.
Matthew?
Oh, she's on there.
She's on.
Look,
Yep. Awesome.
come on, girl. Just hold her. I'll just hold her there. We'll go get her. Come here, girl. See, I just hold her up to the mat most of the time. Most of the time, you can
Man,
just go
she
get
choked
them.
her. Choked her.
Yep. Awesome.
Sweet.
We might not want to go deep. Stand here and look at that. One down her throat. Yes, sir. We're working on a good tournament limit.
Yeah. Good job, man.
Thank you, sir.